Good evening, everybody. My name is Noah here with my co-host Adam.
Good evening, everyone. Great pleasure as always. Tonight's stories are some pretty interesting ones, as I'll leave it to Noah here to start us off with an interesting take on the life of Medgar Evers.
Medgar Evers, born on July 2nd, 1925 in Decatur, Mississippi. He grew up and lived on a farm with his family. For the next following years, Medgar attended segregated schools till he eventually graduated. In 1943, Medgar and his brother Charles were called into duty. Medgar took part in the Allied invasion of Normandy and many other skirmishes. In 1945. He was honorably discharged as sergeant. After the war, Evers enrolled at Orkin Agricultural and Mechanical College, a historically black college now known as Alcorn State University, majoring in business administration. He also competed on the debate, football, and track teams, sang in the choir, and was a junior class president. He earned his Bachelor of Arts in 1952. After college, he married his classmate Merle Beasley, then had 3 children named Daryl Kenyatta, Rena Denise, and James Von Dyke Evers. He's now living in a lovely home in Jackson, Mississippi. Evers then started his career as a life insurance salesman. All of Medgar's life, he has been living in a state of oppression, went to segregated schools, bathrooms, and even battalions during his time in the Army. So he then decided to join the Regional Council of Negro Leadership. This allowed him to set up plenty of civil rights movements. He participated in the creation of the gas boycott. Reasoning behind this protest was the fact that the blacks couldn't use the same restrooms as the whites. He promoted his movement by creating bumper stickers stating, "Don't buy gas where you can't use the restroom." His brother was also included in the participation of many movements. Evers then applied to the segregated University of Mississippi College, in which of course he was denied. This aided the NAACP's investigation on desegregating schools. The famous Supreme Court case you have most likely heard of, Brown versus Board of Education, that ruled segregation in schools unconstitutional. Evers then became the field secretary of the NAACP. As Evers and the NAACP began to secure more and more popularity, the more lives eventually changed. There will be haters of some kind, which of such who would go as far as killing someone. One sorrowful day, June 12, 1963, Evers was on his way home from a meeting to where he happened to be shot dead at his home. Medgar Evers lived a triumphant life, grew up and raised a loving family, served for his country, organized and participated in many movements in which secured a future of peace between many races, and inspired many people around him. Here's a lesson which to take from this. If you see something wrong and want to see a change made, try your hardest to where it can benefit yourself and countless others all around you.
Thanks, Noah, for that wonderful report on Mr. Evers. And as you heard about Medgar, he was disliked by many who opposed desegregation, which is also what tonight's latest story is all about, desegregation. Cooper versus Aaron was a court case that was decided on September 12, 1958, that involved a school board in Little Rock, Arkansas, that wanted to delay their desegregation reforms in their school for nearly another year and a half. Their claim being that the overall public response to the new desegregation laws created a poor environment for the children, an environment they specifically described as containing chaos, bedlam, and turmoil. The original case was called in the Arkansas District Court, and the verdict actually found in favor of the plaintiff. However, the NAACP, led by Thurgood Marshall, filed an appeal, and the decision was overturned by the U.S. Court of Appeals for the 8th Circuit. Originally, the NAACP tried to have this taken directly to the Supreme Court, but it wasn't until the appeals court found in favor of the NAACP that they actually become successful in their endeavor. And on September 11, 1958, the case of Cooper versus Aaron was heard by the Supreme Court in, interestingly enough, a rare special session to hear this case. And all 9 justices found unanimously that the school board acted within good faith, attempting to protect these children from the dangers of critical public response from the desegregation laws, which included riots and violence. Although the court also found that they acted in good faith, they also found that it is unconstitutional to restrict the black children's equal rights under the Equal Protection Clause. They additionally found that since the Supreme Court is the final and highest interpreter of the Constitution, and that the Constitution is the supreme law of the land, the precedent set by the court and previously discussed Brown versus Board of Education is the supreme law and is binding to all states. Finding in favor of Cooper would be violating the supreme law of the land, and for these reasons they found in favor of the defense. Aaron. The public's response to the verdict hasn't been very positive. with extreme criticism from many, which include a recognizable figure by the name of Edwin Meese, who was the Attorney General at the time. And he stated that the Supreme Court was overstepping their bounds and essentially abusing their power. But the court's decision stands, and it will stand for presumably forever. But thanks for tuning in tonight to our broadcast. I've been your host, Adam.
And I've been your co-host, Noah, and I will see you next time.